Hey y'all, it's Heather, and I'm so excited because one of my favorite independently owned brands, Cosmic Brushes, is launching not one, but 2 new eyeshadow palettes. Absolutely love Cosmic Brushes, and I have just been waiting on them to drop neutral palettes. We have so many beautiful, colorful palettes from them, and I feel like they needed some neutrals in their line. So we have the new NUDETRALS palette launching. This is a warm tone lover's dream. Beautiful warm shades. We do have beautiful, beautiful neutral colors, but we also have a little bit of green, yellow, and even some purpley type tones in here. So lots of options to create looks with this palette. Very warm tone, very pretty. I'm gonna have the launch information in the description box here on the screen, everything for you, because I wanna make sure I get the date and time right. The other palette that Cosmic Brushes is launching is the COOLTRALS palette. So this is a more cool toned palette, like the name and the packaging show. And this palette has even more color than the NUDETRALS palette. So we definitely have some cool tone neutrals, especially like up in the top part of the palette. And then we have some beautiful grays and blues and purples and just really, really beautiful cool tone shadows. I love Cosmic Brushes. I love supporting women-owned brands. I love supporting independently owned brands, and Cosmic Brushes is a UK-based brand. They have an amazing price point, and I have really loved everything I've tried from the brand. So I'm super excited to be showing you looks with these new palettes. I can't wait to jump into it to create. I do have an affiliated code with Cosmic Brushes. If you ever want to shop their site and get a discount, you can use code Heather. I will also have that in the description box, everything I can, but I am ready to show you my looks. Let's jump into it. We're gonna jump into the NUDETRALS palette. That is so hard to say. It just sounds like neutrals, but it's NUDETRALS. I really want to dip into these kind of like green khaki tones, but this mustard is also really calling my name. So I've been sitting here trying to decide what to do, and I think we're gonna go in with Gentle first, the light kind of green olive undertone. I'm gonna put that shade right in here in my socket. This is a Singe brush, and I'm just gonna press it on first, and I'm going to just slowly kind of buff it up and out, but I don't want to take it too high. I do want to pull it out here though. I'm gonna take this shade just a little bit on the lid in the outer corner. I'm still gonna kind of bring the shadow out. I'm just kind of lightly tapping it right there. I want to do a lower lash line, like winged out shadow. So I'm going to use a base to start things out with, and then we're going to go over top with this shade right here called Lust. This deep, dark, kind of like purpley brown color. I just want to use a deeper eyeshadow base, a cream, to put this shadow on top so that I can kind of map out where I want the powder shadow to go. Now I'm just going to press that purpley beautiful shade on top of this eye primer. Now I want to go in with a sparkly shade. I want to go in with Glamorous. This looks really, really pretty. It looks like a good like mid-tone to light color. I'm gonna pick up this shade and I'm gonna spray my brush with a little setting spray after it's on my brush. I'm gonna press the shadow on my lid first, and I'm keeping it just on my lid. So when my eyes open, this part, not bringing it up, because I want that to stay matte. So I'm only putting this in this small little area right here. Depending on your eye shape, you can definitely bring it up higher if you want to, whatever you like. But I'm just going to diffuse the edges once I have that kind of pressed on where I want it. I want it to be just a little sparkle on the lid, but nothing too intense. After that, I'm gonna grab a little bit of this shade right here. It's called Satin, and just highlight the inner corner. I want to extend this liner that we have going on the lower lash line with the matte shadow. I want to extend that a little bit to the inner corner. After that, I'll do mascara and a lash. Here is our finished look with the NUDETRALS palette. I really like this. I love the combo of the light olivey neutral green with the brown purple shade. I'm just really feeling my look. Cosmic Brushes makes great shadows, and I had a great time with all of these. I mean, I only used 4 shadows for this look, but I love it. You don't have to use a ton of shadows. I do sometimes, but sometimes you just need a few to create something fun and dramatic. We do have more looks though, so let's create some more. We're gonna go in with the Cool palette COOLTRALS, and I'm gonna prime my eyes, but I wanna start off with this beautiful mauve-y shade right here called Grounded. It's really like this dusty, dingy, like dirty rose type of color, maybe a little bit of like mauve-ness to it. I've got my eyeshadow primer on, and I'm gonna start with that beautiful shade on my refer brush, and I'm just gonna put this in this front half of my socket, below the socket, above, everywhere, kind of really messy right in here. I'm gonna bring it in pretty far in here, and I'm not worried about taking it out because I want to put a different shade out there, but I just want to get this kind of fluffed in and out and around. The next shade I want to go in with is this shade right here, this kind of really muted purple gray. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it looks so pretty and cool toned. And I'm gonna put this on my lid in the outer part of my eye, and then I'm gonna bring it up above the socket. These two shades are looking so good together. I love the way they're blending everything, but I want to go in with this shade right here, just a little bit of this shade called Crave on a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna just kind of buff along the edges where we stopped blending those shadows, just kind of taking it back and forth, using this to kind of blend and make sure I don't have any harsh lines. You've already seen the swatches. I have not swatched the palette yet, so I just had to swatch the multi-chrome in this palette, this like pretty color called Gravitate right up here that goes from like the purple to the gold to the green. There you go. You can clearly see it when I do it like that. But I wanted to swatch it on my hand so that I could see. I'm going to pick this shade up, and I'm going to spray all my shimmers, metallics, anything that's not matte. I'm going to spray with a little setting spray after I have it on my brush. And then we're going to put this on the lid. With the multi-chrome, a duochrome, anything like that that has shift or a lot of sparkle if you're using a holochrome, the more area you can put that shadow on, the more you're gonna see the shift, because it's gonna have more opportunity to catch the light, more room to show like everything that it is. So you can see I'm not just keeping this on my lid, I'm taking it up above, really kind of blending it into the socket, bringing it all the way right here to the innermost part of my lid. And I'm not gonna cover up my matte right out here. You can definitely do that if you want to. With my deep set eyes, I like to kind of keep that area matte, but depending on your eye shape, you know, you do what you wanna do. I just really like to keep that matte. I don't do it all the time, but it is kind of what I do most of the time. That's a really pretty shade, and this is a very smooth shadow. So it's not chunky or anything like that. So for those of y'all who like those really smooth shadows, not texture, anything like that, you're gonna like this one. This shade right here, oh my gosh, this metallic blue, oh, it looks so pretty. And I wanna use this, so it's this shade right here, Magnetic. Like, oh, it's so pretty. I wanna use that on part of my lower lash line, not all the way. I want to start with Magnetic, and then I want to go into Midnight. So both of these blues, the deep dark metallic blue and then the deep dark matte navy. I'm going to put the matte shade Midnight on the outer half of my lower lash line. I'm going to pack it on first, and then I'm going to blend. Now that metallic shade Magnetic, I'm going to take on my tiny little refer brush, and I'm going to put this on the inner part of the lower lash line. I'm going to press it on first, and then I'm going to blend and kind of drag it and make sure that it meshes. I want to put a matte shade to highlight my inner corner and give me some like bright pop color there. I have a multi-chrome all over my lid. I have a metallic on the lower lash line. So I think a pretty matte shade will be really, really like perfect. I want to go with this light blue right here called Attract. And in my experience, Cosmic Brushes does really beautiful light pastel mattes. So I'm just going to kind of like press right there, and that is going to be perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to put on some eyeliner, mascara, and I feel like this look calls for a lash. I don't have to do a lash, but I think it'll be like next level with the lash. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, here is our finished look. I love the way it turned out. I just threw on some lashes and it gave the look a little bit of drama. You definitely don't have to use a lash though. You can do mascara because I love these like cool purpley-esque type of tones that we have going on the upper lid, and then the blue purpley tones that we have going on like on the lower lash line. I really love this look. This palette, it's making me so happy. Cosmic Brushes, they have such a great eyeshadow formula. They are really nailing it, and this look with this palette is no exception. I absolutely am loving this look, and I'm super excited to be wearing it the rest of the day. I don't have anything glamorous going on, but my husband is picking up pizza for dinner, and we're gonna watch some TV, eat some pizza, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll be glam on the couch tonight. I'm into this look. I'm so into it, but we do have more to talk about, so let me zip it. We are gonna use both palettes for our look today, and I'm gonna start off with the warm palette right here, and I'm gonna use Neutral and this shade called Bear. So we're gonna start with the deeper shade first. We're gonna do like a little bit of a halo or spotlight eye. So I'm putting this kind of in the socket, and then I'm also gonna put this shade on the lid, but just on the inner part of my lid and the outer part of my lid, and then I can kind of buff once I have this shape. So like an upside down U, something like this, where it comes down to the lid and down to the lid, but I'm gonna bring it out a little bit too. Now I'll take the shade Bear and I'll kind of buff and blend even more. I mean, that shade blended out so beautifully on its own, but this will just add to that kind of seamless blend. I want to use the shade Classy just to go along my lower lash line to give us a little bit of depth, but I'm not picking up much shadow, and I'm using a very fluffy brush so that it's kind of blended and blown out and not intense, almost like I'm creating an under eye like shadow right in here. Cool palette and go into the shade Slate. I have been wanting to pair this with these warmer browns. I think it's gonna pop right on the center of our lid. I'm just putting this right in the center. Gonna press it and then blend it up so that we just have this shimmer on the center of our lid. I'm gonna mix that shade Neutral and Classy and just kind of deepen up right here on the lid around that shimmer shade. Make sure I have a nice blend there, no harsh lines. And just a little bit of this Chic shade to highlight the inner corner. I'm gonna put a little warm brown on my waterline on the lower lash line, and I'm gonna do a brown mascara, and that's it. I wanted to do a look that's more simple, mixing both the palettes for this look, so I'll be right back. All right, y'all, here is our finished look with a little brown mascara and liner. Very simple, very easy, but I love these types of looks sometimes. It doesn't always have to be super dramatic, so I wanted to throw in a little effortless vibes type of look. I love Cosmic Brushes. I think they have such high quality products and they're at such a good price point. If I could only pick one palette, of course, I love warm tones. I have an olive warm leaning skin tone, so these colors are just the type of colors I like. I would love Cosmic Brushes to do like an all olive palette, a smaller version, all olivey green tones, but that's a wish for another day. I really enjoy both of these. To me, I feel like these are the same quality that I know, love, trust, and expect will come from Cosmic Brushes. So I'm super excited about these. Had Cosmic Brushes not sent these to me, I would have purchased these myself. I'm looking forward to creating even more with those palettes. I really enjoyed them. I think the color stories are beautiful, and I'm excited to wear my look for the rest of the day. If you want to watch some more videos on Cosmic Brushes, definitely check these videos out right here because I have tons of Cosmic Brushes videos. all their stuff you can check out. Thank you so much for being here, for watching. Stay, hang out with me, talk about makeup, because I can and do talk about makeup all day, every day.